Hey, this is Chris with the Release Technique. And today I want to talk about another facet of surrendering that is super, super powerful. And it's something that we don't automatically recognize. See, most of the time when we think about surrendering, it's confronting something that is daunting, that is even oppressive sometimes. And which is a cool experience because when we do that, we discover that this big scary thing that was in our mind, it seemed so scary. And we surrender to it, it turns out there's nothing there at all. And it's incredible to experience that because then you realize that all of this dark, scary stuff is only in your mind and none of it is real. And you know it. But most of the time, we're not looking at another side of surrendering, which is that we can surrender to abundance, surrender into happiness. And we don't normally look at this because when we're identifying with our mind, it's only tuned into what's wrong. It's only looking at what we're dissatisfied about, what's negative. That's what the mind focuses on. And by surrendering to what's positive, you can actually look up, look into the positive, and actually step into it just as easily as just allowing it to happen. Now, I like that word allowing because surrendering and allowing are really synonymous. See, when you allow something to happen, what do you have to do? Do you have to do anything? No, you just get out of the way and allow it to happen. And that is exactly what you do when you surrender, especially when you surrender to something positive. So I'll give you a taste of what that's like. Now, think about something you'd like to achieve in your life. Maybe it's a lot of wealth or the perfect lifestyle, whether you want to live a life of leisure and travel and explore, or you just like the perfect setting to live. Maybe living on the beach, or living up in the mountains, or in the middle of a wonderful city. So think about your perfect lifestyle, what you'd really like to have in this world. Now, probably, as you're thinking about it, that mind of yours, because it's only focused on dissatisfaction and I can'ts and what's wrong, it's bringing up, well, yeah, right. Or that'll never happen. Or how's it going to happen, right? It gets into figuring it out. Now, could you just set that down? That mind of yours. It's your mind, isn't it? You're the one who owns that thing. You're the one who listens to it. So you're the boss. And all it is just a noisemaker. So just set that noise down. And surrender that noise. And all it is noise. Surrender it over to quiet now. And more. Now, take a look to see if you could just allow yourself now to have this perfect lifestyle. And again, you probably get some resistance or some I can't or whoa, wait a minute, I'm not quite ready for that yet. And see, that is what it is that you're currently doing that's not surrendering. And all those are just feelings that are coming up. So just welcome whatever's coming up now. And just open up. They're just feelings. They're not good. They're not bad. They're just feelings, sensations in this moment. Now just open up. You can open up that imaginary door. And imagine this energy moving right on out the door. And more. And just let this stuff go. It doesn't belong there. And it just wants to leave. That's why it's coming up. So just allow it to leave even more. And even more. and even more. And see if you feel more positive now. Now, could you just allow yourself to have it? In other words, would it be okay if you had this wonderful, perfect lifestyle in abundance? Would that be all right with you? See, that decision, yeah, that'd be okay. That's allowing it to happen. Now, could you just surrender and allow it to happen? Now, in order to surrender, you got to let go of wanting to figure it out. After all, your mind doesn't have an answer. And when you're busy trying to figure it out and get an answer, that's not surrendering. That's focusing in on a story that I don't have an answer. I don't know what to do. And that's what you get. Could you let that go? And just surrender to having. And could you surrender to having even more? And even more. And see if it feels more like you could have. Now, when you're surrendering to having, basically you're making a decision to have. And that's powerful because you're powerful. Now, let's take it a step further. Let's really cut to the chase here and dig deep into surrendering. Take a look to see if you're into wanting this abundance. See if you're wanting wealth. You're wanting this lifestyle. Now, is wanting a positive thing? Examine it. When you're wanting something, you're holding on to lack. And what you're saying is that I'm feeling empty. I'm feeling like I'm devoid of this thing. I'm devoid of this abundance. And I have this emptiness, lacking feeling that once I have it, then I'll feel positive. Then I'll feel happy. Then I'll feel successful. Once I have it. So you're looking at something external to give it to you. And that's an extremely negative viewpoint to take. And by wanting, that's not surrendering. You're wanting to control it. And you're demanding satisfaction from this thing. That's not surrendering at all. It's the opposite. And by wanting it, and you probably have been wanting it a long time, has that gotten you into having it? So wanting and having are polar opposites. And it's your decision. Could you let go of wanting so you could have? And could you let go of wanting so you could have? And could you let go of wanting so you could have? And could you let go of wanting so you could have? And which feels better? Does it feel better to want, or does it feel better to have? Could you let go of wanting so you could have? And could you let go of wanting so you could have? And notice how you feel. See if it feels more into having. By letting go of wanting, you're letting go of that story that I lack, that I'm limited, that I don't have it. You're just letting that go. And what you're really doing is you're surrendering to having by letting that wanting go. Now, on one of the last videos, someone posted a comment. That's, what's the difference between traditional releasing and surrendering? What's the difference? Well, they're really the same. But releasing and using Lester's method is taking surrender to a very practical and grounded approach that gets you the results. And so by practicing surrender, and we're just looking at it in another way, but it's all the same. And it's showing you that the power of happiness is already inside of you. So here's the thing. If you're ready to just unlock massive abundance in your life, it's as easy as just allowing yourself to fall into it. But you got to make the decision. You got to be willing to surrender, to step out into that unknown, beyond those limitations of your mind, which have only been holding you back. And it's a decision to really step out, let that stuff go, leave it behind. And you can do that in a very powerful way and a very systematic way. At the Power of Surrender Retreat, see, we have this 7-day retreat that's happening in San Diego on December 26th. And what we're going to be doing that's going to allow you to unlock this stuff in a very practical and reliable way is using surrendering in a very grounded approach. So you prove it to yourself that just by letting go of the concepts of limitation, you have that abundance already inside of you. And we're going to show you how you can find that inside of yourself. So if you're ready to just make 2016 your year of stepping out and living the life that you really want to live, then join us in San Diego. It's going to be an incredible experience of both taking practical, grounded steps of being who you really are, and at the same time expanding out and discovering some incredible things about you that are beyond your mind, beyond your body. And you'll see a nature of yourself that'll just blow your mind. So if you're ready for that, then click that link below, join us in San Diego, and get ready to really unlock your life.